The hotel room crouched in the half-light, its cracked basin and bucket lurking beneath the brittle promise of a hot shower, as SlumG traced the peeling wallpaper with a fingertip, feeling the ghosts of old scams and older laughter linger in every faded bruise on the wall. His chat, already prodding, "Don't forget the bucket shower, SlumG. It's the only honest thing you'll find in that room," bounced in his headphones, a chorus of cynics and clowns, reminding him that even in ritual, authenticity was a gamble. SlumG stared at his battered itinerary, the city's possibilities sprawling out like a rigged game board, each square promising something genuine and daring him to believe it. He felt cynicism coil in his gut, but let hope flicker anyway, Chat's relentless banter in his ear a ragged anthem, egging him onward in the search for something real beneath the day's cracked veneer. With the city's promise and peril humming just beyond the hotel threshold, SlumG shoved open the warped door, letting a surge of heat, horns, and distant scammers' shouts spill in. A gauntlet of dust, color, and hustlers masquerading as guides. Each hesitant step into the bazaar felt like a wager against his own cynicism, the battered itinerary now as flimsy as the stories every marble merchant would soon try to sell him. The sharp hush of the blue-shelved marble shop closed in as Fijiduzit's trembling fingers broke the seal on the battered envelope, the promise of something genuine, or just another conjurer's trick, hanging thick as sandalwood in the air. SlumG caught his own reflection in a display case of fake Taj miniatures, suspicion and a flicker of hope warring on his face as Slightly Upset's voice cut through the hush. "Careful, Sahib. Even the truth here sweats." And for a heartbeat, both marble and motive seemed heavier than the stone itself. SlumG steadied his gaze, voice low but edged with that hard, hungry hope, as he asked Fijiduzit what made this marble any different from the thousands of glittering fakes stacked between them, inviting mockery, risking the sting of being played, but needing, just once, to find a truth that didn't flinch. Slightly Upset watched with the ghost of a smirk, arms crossed tight, as if weighing whether to rescue SlumG from his own earnestness or let him drown in Agra's shimmering tide of half-promises. The city's deceitful shimmer pressed in on SlumG as he edged closer to the Taj Mahal, each marble reflection and hawker's grin sharpening the stakes. Was he about to be awed or played, immortalized, or just another dupe in 1,000 tourist reels? The heart rate monitor bluff at the gates had worked, but the rush of slipping past security was already giving way to a new resolve. He was done just peering through the mirrored glass of Agra. This time, he'd push further, even if it meant risking the next con or exposing his own ache for something real. Catching his own wary, half-grinning face in a rickshaw window, he stiffened his shoulders and glanced at Chat, banter flying about the Black Taj, the legend everyone swore was a scam except the part he wanted to believe. For an instant, beneath the marble glow and swirling street racket, SlumG's skepticism cracked. He would chase the myth, step through the illusion, even if it left him hustled and raw. The city was calling his bluff, and with a breath he leaned in, ready to let whatever was behind the next mask hit him square in the chest. At the riverbank, SlumG stood hollow-eyed beneath the bruised sky, watching the Taj Mahal's silhouette bleed into the oily darkness. Hope and skepticism tangled tight in his chest, every promise of truth in Agra dissolving into the silted hush where myth met the real. The hush was broken only by the distant echo of rickshaw horns and a memory of Chat's earlier jeer. "You looking for the real Taj or just your own reflection?" Leaving him raw, uncertain, and more alone than he'd let himself feel all day. Back in the stale hush of his room, neon from the street bleeding through moth-chewed curtains, SlumG let the city's noise recede until only the slow throb of his own pulse kept time with the ceiling fan's broken rhythm. He stared at the battered marble chip in his palm, veined, imperfect, cold as regret, feeling the ache of old scams and new laughter settle into something like truth, knowing that for all the day's disappointments, the search itself was the only thing that ever felt real. He dropped the battered marble chip into the hotel's desk drawer beside a complimentary condom and a faded BBC pamphlet, the Cold Stone a mute companion to the city's endless, intimate scams. As the ceiling fan muttered above, he let out a low laugh, half exhaustion, half relief, knowing that sometimes the only thing real in Agra was the ache in his bones, and the chorus of unseen friends who never let him forget the joke was on all of them. He pressed his thumb against the chill of the marble chip, feeling the faintest pulse of longing and loss beneath its surface, a reminder that the city's truths, like its scams, left their mark where no one could see. Outside, the night hummed with rickshaw horns and laughter from the unseen chat, stitching him into Agra's fabric of half-lies and fleeting bonds, and for the first time, he realized the ache in his chest was not disappointment, but the bruised satisfaction of having searched and, if only for a moment, touched something unvarnished and his own.